That's good. Hey, what's up? Hey, can you see my head at this height? I might need to. I didn't think about it. I need to. I didn't really adjust my camera. I just stuck it on my TV. And when I lean over to look at my TV, I can't see my head. A little higher? Okay. So I'm either going to be playing like this or like this most of the time. So how are you doing during the quarantine, man? Or how is it affecting you? An introvert's dream come true. Yeah. That's great. I know that Dylan was really Dylan posted something on Facebook today about how he's like, man, this quarantine rocks. I want to do this every day. He's got a Switch now too, so he's been playing like the new Pokemon. I was gonna start at 12 initially. I was gonna start playing this at 12 because I figured more people would be able to watch then. But then I was like, I can't wait until 12, so I'd said 11, and then I was like, I can't wait until 11, so I'm starting now. I'm so excited to start playing this game. Name and birthday. I think I'm just gonna go the same name I had last time, just Joey. Oh, come on. Use the D-pad. I am messing up. Oh, really? Do you know anything about just Animal Crossing in general? Or not? Basically, okay. Um, basically, the most important things you need to know is it's a game with no direction or goal, really. There's a lot of that. It's like it's kind of a life simulation games. A lot of people, I guess, compare it to like something like The Sims, but it's totally not The Sims at all. Like I don't think it's anything like The Sims, but for people who don't know what type of game it is, The Sims is an easy one to point to be like, it's kind of got the same ideas as this. It's not. I mean, basically, you're just like you have a character that moves into like a new town with a bunch of animal characters, and you just live there, and you can do all sorts of stuff. Like you can go fishing, you can collect furniture to decorate your house with. That's like a big part of the game is just decorating your house with whatever you want. And the game runs in real time, so basically, to get the way you play this game is you play a little bit every day, because every day there'll be new stock to check in the stores. There'll be new events going on depending on what time of the year it is. Um, yeah. So, oh, and this is new, by the way. You couldn't customize your character in the past games. In the past games, you you answer some random questions at the beginning, and that determines how your character looks. In terms of face, at least. You could change your hairstyle later, but not not anything else. That's not an awful lot of hairstyles from the beginning of the game that it gives you. There's the that's the pretty typical villager hair right there. There's slightly longer, and then there's that. I don't want that. I'll just go with the regular. I always go with that hair color for my character. eyes do I want? This is so new to me, being able to pick the eye style. Oh, that's so... Oh, I love that one. That one looks a little meme-worthy. That looks like a soulless void. Oh man, what do I want? Usually I like these the best, but I don't know if I want. And I think it might be able to be changed later too. So this game, though, like, compared to all the other games, you're gonna hear me comparing this to the past Animal Crossing games a lot because I've played all of them. But this one, from what I've seen, it offers some of the best customization options ever in any Animal Crossing so far. I'm gonna try to make my character look similar to me. I like the bigger eyes, definitely. Okay, I actually really like these in comparison to those. Something about not having the scholar of in the eye. I think that looks really cute. And that's another thing too. You're gonna hear me use the word cute a lot in this game because this game is nothing but cuteness. It's just filled to the brim with charm. Oh, I can give myself a different nose. Oh, look at that. I'm giving myself a buck tooth. Look at that little curvy smile. I think I like the bigger smile. And then, oh, I can give myself cheek. That one. Nah, I'm good with nothing. Alright. I don't want to spend too much time creating my character. Oh yeah, that's a new thing too. They added option for northern or southern hemispheres so that the seasons will match whichever part of the world you live in, which is really neat. Oh, and that's nice. It asked if I live in... It didn't ask if I wanted northern or southern hemisphere directly. It said, do you live in North America or somewhere else? And then you could answer that. Because, like, a lot of kids that'll play this game are probably not going to know if they're in the northern or southern hemisphere off the top of their head. Even though they should. You know, that's not really something... I don't know. It's nice that it allows you to... It makes the... It gives you an easier question. It doesn't ask you, like, specifics, I guess. It's very much like Animal Crossing to do that. Oh yeah, and then this was a new leaf. You could choose... You get a choice between 4 different island layouts to pick, or to choose from. Wow. These are very different. Also, I might be resetting, just to let you know, because when you start the game, you'll have a different native fruit on your island. And there's 5 different fruits that you can get to be your island's native fruit. And whatever your native fruit is, it'll constantly grow in your town. So if I get peaches or oranges, I'm going to switch because Joel and his girlfriend are playing the game too, and they already started yesterday, and they said, or he told me that they have peaches and oranges, so I kind of want a different fruit than them, because if you have a different fruit, if you pull in different fruit into your town that's not your native fruit, you can grow them and sell them for way more than your town's native fruit. That's a really good way to make money in the game. So the darker green is like the lowest level. There's different levels of terrain, and the lightest green is the tallest. So it's really interesting to see, like that one has a more, I guess, mountainous area in that. Well, also I am planning on trying to theme this after. I'm gonna just pick this one. I kind of like that one the best. One thing to a deserted island, what would it be? Oh my goodness. Oh, I skimmed. Okay. Something to kill time. I didn't read the TI at the end of on time. I thought it said something to kill me. I was like, whoa, Animal Crossing, what? No. No, Animal Crossing. This is something to kill time. I don't know what this is going to determine. Some food? Just a hypothetical question. I'm sure it was just hypothetical. This is very different than any other Animal Crossing too, because the other Animal Crossing games don't have it set on like islands. It's set in just a town, and you sort of move into a town that's already been established. In this game, you're just going to a deserted island and you start building the town yourself, which I'm excited about. So everyone's gonna have tents, sleep in tents starting out because you're just sort of like on a deserted island. A video presentation. Yeah, in the tiniest bit, because you do get to build and customize like your town, but it's much more of a village like experience. It's not like you're not gonna build a city. You're just gonna. The best thing you can have is like a really well developed town. I guess this is sort of showing you what it's gonna look like. All the different little characters. So there's hundreds of different villagers in this game, and the ones you get are completely random. So there's an aspect of like, of the hundreds and hundreds of villagers that exist in this game, you'll find which ones you really like. Like you'll have favorites. I already have a favorite villager that's a reoccurring character in a lot of the games that I really want to be in my town, just because I've played it for long enough and found I have a favorite. But there's all. It's really cool because like your town will be completely different than any other town, and you can visit your friends' towns and stuff and see other villagers there that aren't in your town, and there's just so much charm to this game. I remember the one that I played the most when I was like in middle school, I think there was one on Nintendo DS, and I would actually stay up late in my bed playing Animal Crossing on DS online with Joel. So I think these two characters right here, the gorilla and the bunny, are going to be villagers in my town. Well, they're going to be like the first two villagers in my town, and those two that pop up are completely random for everyone. Now, if I have to restart because I got peaches or oranges, then I'm going to have different villagers, obviously. So I have cherries, so that's good. I don't have to worry about that. Although, oh, dang it. Joel did tell me, I might try to, I kind of want apples. And Joel did tell me that, he got some cherries in the mail. So, I'm gonna go ahead and restart. I just hope that I don't have to do this too much, because I have to start I have to do the whole beginning all over again. But I can skip through it. I hope I can skip through it. So yeah, I decided I wanted to stream the beginning of this, like me starting this game, and then I'm going to be playing this game on my own a whole lot. I'm not going to stream the entire game, but I will probably be streaming every now and then. I'll stream some of this game just to sort of showcase some of how my town is growing, because I really want to have in sort of a recorded format my town's progress from like now to a year from now, just to see how much it's improved over or just how much it's grown over the time that I spend playing this game. Okay, gotta do this again. It's gonna be a while before I get any birthday events because of my birthday being on February 23rd. I love the way they talk to the little babble, what they do. It's really great. And each character will have different, like, tones. Oh, it's, like, kind of already set. It's set to the color of... It's set to the skin color and hair color that I wanted, but not the eye color. This is that one. And the nose and mouth are all set. It might be random. Well, if that was random, then it was really lucky that I got a random... It assigned me a random face that I already had, like, most of the features I wanted. It was essentially random in the old games. Kind of like that one. It's got, like, a big little island. It's got its own little island in the middle. Yeah, we'll go with that one. So you get to name your island at some point, because you usually get to name your town. And I was thinking of naming mine Outset, like Outset Island from Wind Waker. Because I kind of wanted an idea, and I'm not creative, so I can't really come up with a creative name for. I usually like to name my island or my towns in Animal Crossing after some other video game. But since it's an island theme, I thought, oh, what about the Wind Waker? Because there's a lot of islands in the Wind Waker, and I could try to sort of later on in the game you'll get the ability to landscape and change the terrain of the world, and I could probably shape it to look kind of like Outset Island from Wind Waker. So I think I would like to do that. I can skip it. Good. Am I going to regret resetting this because it's probably going to give me... Oh, apples. What? There. Okay. Yay. Thank you, game. I was afraid it was going to start giving me peaches and oranges, and I'd have to keep resetting and resetting. Now I don't have to keep resetting. I can start playing the game. Oh, but I got different villagers. There's a hamster and a bird. I like the bird. I think it's like a peacock or something. Phoebe. You can chat later. What's your name? Hamlet. He's so small. Hey, it's Tom Nook. Man, this game's so pretty. Okay, this is cool. Alright, so this game has 2 different camera options, it looks like, which is amazing. I'm probably going to be playing it like this most of the time. So, in the first Animal Crossing game had the camera sort of like this, and each area of the world was broken up into acres, like a grid. And whenever you got to the edge of an acre, you would have to like go to the edge of it, and it would load the other one in. It would sort of pull it in, instead of just being free roaming. But ever since that, on the DS, on the Wii, and then on the 3DS, the camera was like this, and the world was free and open. And you see how there's sort of like it has this rolling effect, where like when I go into the background, it sort of spins around like that. That's been a thing since Wild World on the DS, and a lot of people. I mean, I'm not a big fan of it because it kind of looks like I'm just living on a giant rolling pin. I've always kind of preferred this perspective from the original Animal Crossings, but I'm glad that you get the option in this game. And then you can look up into the sky like that, but when you do that, you can't. It doesn't stay as like a camera option. Okay. Do I need to talk to Nook? Yeah. His voice sounds so different. Like they changed the way that the voice works, or the text to voice works, sort of. Like so, the way that they always talked in the game, is basically it's like they're saying each letter of each word that they're saying super fast, so you could tell, like, you could hear certain parts of each word because you could hear them saying the letter, sort of. But this sort of sounds more like they're going off of sounds than actual letters. It's like, and it's not every single letter or anything like that. It's just like throughout the entire spew of text, you'll hear different parts of it. So like when you start the next sentence, you'll be able to hear like the beginning, probably like the first part of the first word in what they're saying. It's really interesting. I didn't see what he said though. I wasn't paying attention. Oh, 10. They'll give me my 10. Okay, give me my 10. Alright, so this time around I'm not super concerned about finding a place to live. So, this is something that's also changed throughout the history of Animal Crossing, is choosing a place to live. So, you couldn't choose where you wanted to live until Animal Crossing on the 3DS. And before then, there were just like certain pre-built houses that you can move into. But in this game, you can literally go and choose where you want to live. And I think that, and the game will also allow you to choose where your villagers live, I think, and you can move people and buildings around later on in the game, which is amazing. It's all stuff that you couldn't do before. Like villagers would move into a random spot in the town, and then they would just be there until they move out. Like I could go over and probably talk to her. Maybe I have to decide where I live first before I can help them. Yeah. Ooh, fish. So that's later in the game when I get a fishing rod, I can actually try to fish for that. And there's a whole collection of fish and bugs that you can collect throughout the entire game. So there's a big collection aspect of like trying to get all the fish and all the bugs, and then later on you can start a museum. You can like there's usually a museum in every game, and you can take the bugs and fish and donate them to the museum, and then have this big collection in the museum. I'm gonna build my house on the beach. Where's the map? How do I... Oh, there's a mini map. Is there a way to pull the map up? Oops. I don't know what that was. Well, there's no bridges or anything already built in this, so I can't cross this barrier to get to this side of the island. Dang. Oh well. Guess I'll try to build my house right over here on the beach. Or near the beach. Maybe put it like up here. Yeah, I think that's good. Mailbox. That's an interesting mailbox. And oh, you can sort your mail. Okay, this is amazing. 0 out of 300. Oh my goodness. Thank you. Some of the, like, as great as all the other Animal Crossing games were and how much I love them, there's some problems that have been persistent throughout the Animal Crossing franchise. And one is your inventory space. You could only have, like, I think 10 letters in your mailbox, and then, like, you would have to take them out of your mailbox, read them, and get rid of them. Or they'd have to go from your mailbox into your own inventory for more mail to show up in your mailbox the next day. So if you ordered a bunch of stuff from, like, a catalog, because you can order furniture in different ways, you could only order a very limited amount, and you'd get them, but if your mailbox was cluttered, you'd have to wait a whole nother day to get them in the mail. Yeah. No, yeah, I know. Like, there were some things like that that are just kind of... Can I go ahead and I can start picking fruit? How do I pick it up? Why isn't it letting me pick up the fruit? I can shake the tree, but I can't pick it up? I guess I can't pick stuff up yet. I'm still in the tutorial, I guess. I'll find you a spot. Yay, so I get to pick where my villagers live too. Where should he live? I'm gonna put him over on this side. I'm gonna put both of them over on this side. I can't really do a whole lot of planning right now for, like, where I want stuff to go, because this is just the beginning of the game, and the island is not anywhere where it's gonna be in the future. Let's place him right here. I don't want to waste time on deciding where to put all my villagers yet, because I still don't know what I'm doing. There's too much new, so much to do. But the fact that I can pick where they live that's a huge step that a lot of people have been looking forward to, because in previous games, villagers can move in and out of your town whenever they feel like it, sort of, and you can encourage them to stay if you want to, if you find out that they're leaving, but sometimes they'll just be like, go to their house and there'll just be a bunch of boxes, and it's like, oh no, they're leaving, and they didn't even tell me, because, like, if you don't talk to your villagers enough, you won't know when they're deciding to leave or not. So you can sometimes just miss them. Like, if they're already packed up, then they're like, no, I'm leaving, and then they'll leave, and a new villager will move in some other time, and they'll just put their house somewhere else in the game, wherever they want to. So if you already had like a developed town where you had built all this stuff and decided how you wanted things to look and where you wanted things to be, like if you had an orchard planted and a bunch of like you had a bunch of trees planted, and that's where you get like you go and get fruit so that you can sell it, they could just totally plant their house in the middle of that orchard and you would lose all those trees just because they decided to move in. So the fact that you can now choose where they live or move them is big. It's very big. Actually, I think she's good to live here. Let her put her tent here. And if I tell her that she can pick where she wants, it'll still show me what it will look like. That's great. Let's see now, another thing that you could do in previous Animal Crossings that I don't think you can do in this one, which I'm actually happy about, is time traveling. And that's not like a feature in the game, in the games previously, but what you could do is you could change, like on the GameCube, you could change your GameCube's internal clock to advance Animal Crossing. You could sort of skip forwards a few days if you wanted to get to a certain season or you wanted to keep checking the stock. You could just keep skipping forward days and then make it not match up with the real world calendar, and sort of get more out of the game in one day than you could normally get. And for the previous games, when there wasn't a whole lot to do, I used to do that and skip days and stuff just to get more out of the game. But I don't really want the temptation to do that, because I like playing the game as it's meant to be played, where you just do whatever you can in one day, and then the next day it sort of encourages you to play it more, just a little bit every day, which is sort of the style of the game. It's supposed to be very relaxing, and the game is very relaxing. It's just a very chill, feel-good game. But I think that there's no way to change the actual clock of the game. I think the game checks online to see what the real time is in this one. That's what I've heard, at least. Yeah, there's way more control in this than there ever was. Which is crazy to think that of all the improvements they've made to this game, because Animal Crossing New Leaf on the 3DS, it was a huge step ahead of the other games too in customization and what you can do with your town. Because in that game, it made you the mayor of your town, and you could basically choose what certain things that get built in your town and where you build them. And there were so many other things that were added to New Leaf that was just like, wow, this is such an improvement over the last game that it's like, I don't think they can top that. And then now there's this game where they're just like, oh yeah, we know everything that people want from an Animal Crossing game, so we're going to give it to them. So much. So good. So good. Firewood. Top Nook. Ten tree branches. Oh, now I have the ability to pick things up. So I should be able to, yep, grab apples. Another thing that New Leaf added was when you're going around collecting fruit, you could combine them into fruit baskets. So previously, each piece of fruit would take up one inventory spot. And in New Leaf, it would do the same thing, but then what you could do is you could pull up your inventory, grab your fruit, and then pull it into another apple. Like, grab my apple, put it into another apple, and then it would be 2 apples in one spot. And you could put up to 9 in one spot. This game takes it even further beyond. You see, I picked up 6 apples, and it automatically put them all in the same exact spot. That is huge. That is so huge. It'll make gathering fruit so much easier. And I believe that 9 isn't even the limit for how many you can have in one spot anymore. So like, whoops, I picked something else up. Yeah, it's okay. 10. Okay, so you can only have 10. Dang it! I thought you could have like up to 99 in one spot. So it's one more than you could usually previously have, so that's okay. But you have more inventory space than the other games too, and you can expand your inventory space. So by the time I get more inventory in this game, I'll be able to, if I have a whole orchard of fruit that I want to, like, sell on the market, then I can essentially go do one entire run to go sell everything. Whereas previously I would have to just go until my inventory is filled, go to the store, sell them, go back, get more fruit, go back to the store, sell it, go back, rinse and repeat. And now I can like gather. I believe the sticks combine too. Yep. You can harvest everything at once. Yeah, it makes things less tedious, which is good. There's just so much that this game. Oops. So I can just pick up the weeds like this and put them in my inventory now. That's interesting because in previous games weeds would spawn and they would always look the same, and they were just these little sprouts of grass that looked really ugly. And you could pluck them. They wouldn't go anywhere. You would just pluck them and they would disappear. But now you can like pick them up. So I'm guessing it has a use. This new game adds an element of crafting that was not in previous games. It's a big thing. Like there weren't little sticks to pick up in previous Animal Crossing games. And in this game, when you chop down trees, you'll get like pieces of wood from them or more branches. And you can like craft your own furniture and stuff. I'm really looking forward to all of that. What do I have now? 9. It's 10. I'll grab a little bit more. I don't want sticks laying around my town. Of course, it's a deserted island, so I can't make everything look really pretty right off the bat. But if I see a stick, I'm picking it up. See, the sticks can combine in all in one. Like I can probably hold up to 99 tree branches and 99 weeds, but not apples, which is fine. It was like, they look like apples, they smell like apples, and they're 100% without a doubt genuine apples. A weed farmer? Yeah, actually. I mean, like, in the previous games, you could go around weeding your town to make it look better, but, like, yeah, now you can farm for weeds, I guess. Also, he wants 6 apples. I already have 6 apples. Look, you already collected enough apples for everyone, haven't you? Take my apples. Yeah, this game. Okay, the music is another thing that that's always been so good in these games. It's just the most like chill, relaxing music ever. Like I've been listening to Animal Crossing music at work just to relax myself. Hooray. Work hasn't changed for me because I work in the classified area where I work, so I can't bring my work home with me, so I have to go to work. And that's not stopping unless I get sick. They're like saying if you're feeling bad, stay home by all means, but if you feel fine, just keep coming to work, which is fine. It's good. It's a blessing to be able to keep going to work in this time and not have to worry about money like a lot of other people are. But at the same time, this last week I've been not in the best mood, and I've just been like, I don't want to work this week because everyone else gets to go home, but I want to go home, which is bad. I shouldn't feel that way, but yeah. And like I could take the week off if I wanted to, but I don't. I want to save that time because I am eventually going on a mission trip to Japan, which is going to be. It was going to be like next week, but it's now not. It's now been pushed back to like August. But I still need to save my time off for that. Oh, okay. So this is the thing. Apparently, of all the nice quality of life changes they introduced in this game, you still have a 10-character limit for your island name. So, which really upsets me because I wanted to name it Outset Island. Yep. I can't. Yeah. Dang it. Animal Crossing, you were doing so good. I could just name it Outset. I can't even do what, I can't even name it like ISLE. Unless it's all one word. I don't want to do that. Corona? No. I'm not naming my village Corona. No, thank you. I'll just name it Outset. See, it says don't include personal info or offensive words. I think Corona would classify as an offensive word. Right? No. No, it's not offensive. It's just in poor taste. Oh, did the other villagers suggest something? Oh. Okay. Yeah, so nobody else actually put anything in, I guess. They're just like, oh, that's an overwhelmingly positive response. Let's just say that's the winner. We're going to call this island Outset. That's pretty cool. That's very charming. It's very like Animal Crossing to do that. Oh, great. If you can hear that, I think that there's, yeah, the landscaping guys are out mowing all the grass and stuff, so if you hear any noise that sounds like a lawnmower, that's what it is. As the new spokesperson for you. Oh, I'm the new spokesperson? Oh, man. Okay. Dude. It gives me the option to say a word or two. I can be that guy. Oh, there's no reaction to that. Dang it. Whoa. Whoa, what do we have? A beverage? Apple juice. Oh, that's cool. Can he make apples into apple juice? I love the little glasses that they have. Oh, that's so cool. Oh my goodness, this game. This game. Ah. My life is gone now. It's just gonna be this game. This game came out at the perfect time. It came out during the quarantine where everybody has to stay home. So now everybody can stay home and play Animal Crossing. Everyone with Animal Crossing can stay home and play Animal Crossing. Oh, he's got a little tambourine. Oh my goodness. You can call me bro. What? Okay, bro. That's so cool. Boxes. What do you have to say? Also, why is it nighttime? Maybe it's just a tutorial thing. What did Tom? What do I have to do now? Oh, okay. I just need to go take a nap in the tent. What's that? Very own camping cot. Oh, cool. Oh, that reminds me. Another huge thing that this part of Nintendo's plan. Nintendo planted coronavirus in China so that everyone would stay home and play Animal Crossing. The plot thickens. So, in Animal Crossing, you've always been able to go into your house, or in this case, you start off with a tent. And then you get furniture, and the furniture that you get shows up in your inventory like a little leaf. So I can go and place it. Oh, I gotta move some stuff around. Oh, there was a radio and a lamp. Cool. So this is how you move stuff around, and like the game, the house and decorating system has like a grid system that you use. And you can only place things within certain grid spaces. It looks like this game has half spaces now, instead of just full. Yeah, so like I can place these, or I can move these at sort of half-step intervals instead of just the full forward and backwards. But they added a new feature. And I don't think I have it yet. I probably have to unlock it later, where you can just pop up out of your room and then move stuff around way easier than having to like do the old school place item from your inventory. It pops out, and then you have to like move and rotate it around your room like this. And you pick it up, and it turns back into a leaf. Okay, so that's how it will always work. The huge thing that this game has done. Is now you can place any furniture item outside, right? Okay, you know, okay. Maybe you have to unlock that. Yeah, must have to be something to unlock later. I haven't played enough of the game yet. But I know for a fact that you can now place furniture items outside and have them pop up outside, so you can decorate the entire world with furniture if you want to, which is cool because you'll get furniture items that will be more like outdoorsy type stuff, so you can create your own like yard essentially in the game now. But I can't do that yet. Okay, so that's interesting. I wonder what sleeping will do in the game, because it can't advance the time because the game works on a real world timer. It's KK. Oh my goodness. Oh, the nostalgia. This is how the first Animal Crossing starts. Because this exact screen where it's just black and then KK's playing his guitar, that exact same tune, sitting there, and then he says the same thing. You decided to make your own way in the world. Get out there, explore new frontiers. Oh my gosh, that's so cool. KK's one of the main, like, he's not like a villager in the game. He's one of the, what would you call it? So like there's villager NPCs that, like, you can get random ones of them to live in your town, but then there's like main important NPCs that everybody gets in their town. Like Tom Nook is a character that everybody gets because he's like your tutorial character and all that. KK is a character that everyone will be able to see. He'll come and play music on Saturday nights, and you can get music and play it in your house and stuff. Isabelle is one that's not like a villager that moves into your town, but like a villager that runs one of the main facilities in your town. But this is like, that is, they were 100% pandering to nostalgia for the very first Animal Crossing game with this. I love it. KK has the super chill personality, like super like folk singery, chill vibe. Just like he's very, take it from a cat who's been on the road, being by your lonesome grind on the soul. See, like the way he talks is just like there's it's definitely a certain musician stereotype that he's pandering to, that his character reflects, but it's amazing. Yeah, it's rambling this crazy world is Squaresville without some pals. Squaresville? Okay, that's a little weird. Friends are where it's at. Speaking of rambling, I'm doing a bit of that myself. My bad. Maybe it's time for you to wake up to your new life. Oh, but listen up. The rap I just gave you about your friends is pretty key. You'll dig this island life a whole lot if you share it with some friends. If that's your scene. Yeah, he's got that musician talk. The hip musician. That's so cool. So I guess that's sort of like now the game really starts. Tom Nook trying to wake me up. Get me up out of my bed. It's a brand new day. I slept that long? So I needed that. I have a phone. That's a cool little thing that they added in this game. So like a lot of the main inventory, or a lot of the main menuing is done through your cell phone, which adds a whole level of, I guess, it's a cool little level of detail where like you're actually like pulling up, your character's pulling up a little phone instead of just looking up into the air whenever you're in your menu, which is really cool. It's a nice touch, and it adds some more life to the game. Have you ever used a smartphone before? I have one of my own. Your itemized bill. This includes everything: airfare, accommodations, labor tax. See, this is the one, probably the one thing you've heard about Animal Crossing is that you have to pay off debt and stuff. So like, Tom Nook is always the one in every game to be like, oh, I can get you a place to live. I actually own a few places. I have a few places in real, like, I do some real estate on the side. You can totally live here. And then you find a place to settle down, and he's like, all right, so you now owe me all this money, but but like, and so people always are like, oh, Tom Nook's the bad guy because you're in debt to him forever. But like, it's so not That's not what they were trying to make him portray Tom Nook as, because he literally tells you, "Don't worry, you can literally pay this off anytime you want to, or just not at all." Like, paying off your debt is only serves to be able to upgrade your house further. Once you've paid off your debt, you can make your house bigger, and then you owe him more money. But like, you don't really have to ever pay it. You could just not pay it, and you'd be fine. If debt worked like that, see, like 49,800 bells. What are bells? There's absolutely no pressure to pay anything back. You can just not pay back. I could just have a tent for the rest of my life and never pay him that money. No, I'm not being serious, Doug. I know what bells are. Bells are currency in Animal Crossing. I was joking. Oh, that's neat. You can pay your fees with miles instead of standard bells. That's a new thing, the mileage program. It's sort of a daily task system in the game, so it gives you little mini objectives to do every day, and you earn miles, which you can redeem for other stuff. I didn't know you could use it to pay your debt. That's really cool. That's so cool. I don't have to just have bells to pay for that. I can use Nook miles. 5,000 miles. My new life is underway. I can do whatever I want. From now on, there you go. From now on, Island Time will match the flow of time in the real world. Don't touch the power button when you see the autosave indicator. You can also save and quit your game after pressing. There's an autosave. That's good. It's my phone. Nook miles. Travel. Okay, so I just get 500 miles for free. Cool. Learning how to fish. So there's see for fishing. So like, looks like if I catch 10 fish, I'll get miles for this one, and then try to talk with all your neighbors every day. Okay, so then talking to my neighbors will give me that one, and then bugs. Planting flowers. Wow. Oh, there's a bunch. Oh, there's a bunch that I haven't unlocked either. I wonder if these are, like, the same ones every day. So, like, if I plant 10 flowers every day, I can get miles every day for that. Fruit. If you sell our island specialty fruit on other islands, you might be able to get a better price. Yep. That's the thing. So, like, when you have the items that you have, the fruit that you have, sells for like 100 bells each if it's your native fruit, but 500 bells each if it's not your native fruit. So getting foreign fruit into your town and planting trees for them is one of the easiest ways to start making money. I got something from Nintendo. Thank you for downloading the update. Oh yeah, there was a day 1 update. Okay. And then, congratulations on your big move. Enjoy your new island life, celebrate a fresh start, give you a gift that is sure to come in handy. Okay? So we've got 2 presents. That's one of the things about... You get letters in the mail that have presents. Okay, this is something that I was really hoping would be in the game. Would be the ability to send people that you have on your friends list letters. Because that's something that wasn't... I don't think that you could do that in the other games. Or at least I never did it. Like, you could visit friends in their town, like, you could play at the same time and go and visit them and hang out with them, and then you could trade stuff to each other that way. But you couldn't just send them a letter with a present attached to it, and they get it in their town. But I think you can do that in this game now, and that's really awesome. So how do I throw them away? Although I have up to 300 spots, so I don't really have to worry about throwing these away until they start filling up. So let's see what I got. A Nintendo Switch. Simple DIY workbench. Okay, so DIY recipes is a new thing. Because I mentioned crafting is a new thing in this game. So you get DIY recipes to learn how to craft certain things, and I guess I can't use that right now. I'll have to get that later. I'm gonna place my Nintendo Switch in my house, or in my tent. That's cool. Switch on your Switch, yep. Oh my goodness. The atmosphere of this game. So it looks like it's defaulting my perspective to the close-up rolling pin style. But I can still run around like this if I want to. This way does sort of give you a better... At least this way you get a view of things in the background coming up. It's just kind of... I don't know. I might end up just playing it like this. But I do like that you can do this more angled top-down perspective. What are you doing? Oh, okay. Just cool. Thank you. Oh, so I just gotta go talk to Nook. Start learning how to do DIY stuff. I'm just gonna harvest some apples. Maybe pick up some sticks too. Oh, look, a rock. Oh, look, he's already got a bug net. Ooh, a hat. Oh, I get miles now because I talked to all the people in my town. Oh, okay, it's got like a little... So I did one day, and then I'll be able to stamp it again another day, and then once I get all the way up, I probably get a lot more miles. Cool. Oh yeah, so the apps that I start out with, it looks like I've got a camera that I can use to take pictures. That gives me a lot more options. Okay, and then got my map. Cool. Passport. What's that? Oh, cool. You get like a little card that people can see if you're visiting their town. I know rescue service is something that'll take you back to your house if you get stuck somewhere, I guess. Because I guess it's possible to get stuck somewhere, I don't know. And then custom designs. This is also amazing. In previous Animal... So you can create these custom designs in the game. Through this grid system editor, which was always really fun because it's basically like designing pixel art. And in previous, I bet you can do this if I pulled the Switch out of the dock, which I'm not going to do because it would mess up the stream. I could probably draw with a touch stylus or with my finger on the touch screen, because in like the DS game, in the DS and the 3DS, you could draw with the stylus to draw patterns. It's still a grid-based pattern, but you could draw them. But anyway, you could make custom designs in those games, and you could only hold 10. Just like a lot of things, you could only hold 10 custom designs, which was really limiting for a lot of reasons and for a lot of things. And now they're like, okay, fine, we'll just give you all of these custom designs that you can have. But I think they've also given more use for custom designs, because previously all you could do with custom designs is either wear it as a t-shirt or a hat, place it on your like town flag, or place it on the ground like that. And placing it on the ground was how you would previously in other games be able to create sort of pathways through your village and your town. You could create like walkway, sort of like pseudo walkways throughout your town, so that you could, you know, make it look like there's a path system going on. The only problem with that is that when you hit the run button, or not the run button, well in this game it's the item button, but in previous games the run button would make your character, or yeah, no, it's the item button, yeah, to pick up an item off the ground. So let's say I had, I gotta get used to the controls. Let's say I had this on the ground, but then there's also an apple that was on the ground that I wanted to pick up, and I was standing right here. Sometimes you would accidentally kick the pattern away, and then you'd have to place it back down if you had a path in your... It was really annoying, because if you wanted to create a path in your town, you ran the risk of accidentally destroying it. But in this game, I don't have the ability to yet. But in this game, they've actually created an official tool that you can use to create a path in the game, just on the ground anywhere, like an actual pathing system that won't get uncovered whenever you kick it, and you can apply your custom designs to it. So, yes, so much good in this game. I'm gonna go talk to Nook and learn about DIY. 'Can I do it now? Yes. Happen to be free right this very moment, so let's get started. Okay, cool. Five tree branches. Oh, I've already got it. Yay, gives me a new app. Yeah, you weren't gone for too long. Well, I just learned how to do crafting, DIY crafting. DIY recipes. And I made a flimsy fishing rod. And he gave me some more, so now I have the DIY recipes app. Okay. Oh, I can make a net or a campfire. A can't make a net right now. I need more tree branches for that. Let's put these out. See, now I bet I can learn these. A leaf umbrella. And oops, wrong one. A simple DIY workbench. Oh, so I can create my own workbench. That way I don't have to go over to Nook's workbench every time I want to craft something. Alright, let's find some more sticks. I wonder if I can just shake trees for sticks. Nope. There we go. I run a risk by shaking trees. Sometimes bad things can fall out of the tree, like beehives, and then you get chased by bees. Yeah, bees, exactly. So I probably need to go to Nook first. So another thing about older Animal Crossing games is you couldn't craft like this. So the ability to craft a fishing rod and a net from the beginning of the game is huge, because in previous games, these certain tools that you could use to do some of the in-game activities were just sold at the store, and the store inventory was different every day. And when you start off, you have a really small store with a really small inventory per day. So you weren't guaranteed to have to find a fishing rod and a net and a shovel and all the main tools from day one. You would basically have to play the game for about a week before you would get all of that, which could make the game not so kind of slow at the beginning, or slow to start. So I need hardwood and iron nuggets to make a DIY workbench. I don't have any of those. I can make a bug net. Now I can fish, and now I can catch bugs. It's campfire, tree branches. What about that? Ooh, clumps of weeds to make a leaf umbrella. That's neat. I wonder when I'll get the a shovel or an axe, because I feel like I'm gonna need those. Yeah. Although, I'm gonna need more DIY recipes to be able to do much more in the game. So, I know that there's a new tool you can create called the vaulting pole, and it'll allow you to hop over the river, which is something I'm gonna need to do, because until I do that, until I make a vaulting pole, I can only explore this tiny little area. There's so much more that I can... Oh. Okay. Time to go fishing. Okay. So the way you fish in this game is you just angle yourself and you wait for them to bite. Okay, he didn't see it. It's a big looking fish. Gotta wait for it to go under. And then you press A and you pull them out. And I got a black bass. The most metal of all fish. That's funny, your character will say something really funny about different things you catch too. Yes. I caught a tiger butterfly. I've earned my stripes. Fishing was one of my favorite things to do in Animal Crossing. And if you catch good fish, you can sell them for a good bit of money. I bet this is the sea bass. The most notorious of all Animal Crossing fish is the sea bass. Oh, it's not. Thank goodness. I caught a red snapper. Red snappers are good. In the first Animal Crossing, at the very least, I was constantly fishing for red snappers because they sold for like 3,000 bells each. Man, everything looks so pretty in this game. So good. But the most common fish to find in the ocean, down in the ocean area. So like different fish appear in the ocean and different fish appear in the rivers, and a lot of the ocean fish are worth a lot of money. But the most common ocean fish is the sea bass, which it doesn't sell for anything, and you find them all the time. So they get really annoying, and people hate sea bass. There's a cartoon somebody made on YouTube from New Leaf. In New Leaf, you were the mayor, and Isabelle was like your assistant. So they had the mayor go like, Isabelle, I want to make sea bass illegal. She's like, I don't think we can do that. She's like, no, Isabelle, I'm being serious. I'm declaring war on sea bass. I guess I could do some more Nook Miles stuff, but I'm gonna talk to my villagers some more. Oh. Fruits and weeds. You can sell weeds? I mean, you can also use weeds for crafting, so... Shoot. I'm gonna just... pull some weeds. See, the way the weeds look in this game isn't nearly as bad as they look in previous games. Like, there's a varying design for the weeds. Like, they actually kind of look pretty. Or they add to the atmosphere a bit. Pick up all the weeds. Oh, there's so many weeds. I wonder how much they sell for. So from what I've tried to avoid watching too much about this game because I didn't want to know too much about it before playing it, but I get the vibe that it slowly eases you into different things. So like, starting off, I've got 2 villagers, 1 little building I can go to for resident services. Oh look, there's a present in the air that I can't get because I don't have a slingshot. So there's not a whole lot I can do right now, but throughout the first week or the first month, I think, everything sort of comes together, and you get a lot more that you can do. Oh, there's a bulletin board. So the little bird that appears on the bulletin board indicates that there's a new message that you haven't read. And that's always been that's been in every Animal Crossing. Residents, visitors alike should feel free to use the bulletin board to communicate with each other, celebrate special events, and more. Yeah, you slowly unlock all the features of this game, um, and slowly, it really means slowly because I think it's like going to be based on day progression, or maybe I just need to talk to people more. Because if all I can do right now is fish, catch bugs, and pull weeds, that's not going to make for much. Like, I've only been streaming for an hour, but I don't think I could stretch another hour's worth of content out of that. Let's see what I can do here. There's a new character right there. Orville. Still getting set up, so no flights. Oh, this is the transportation system in the game. This is how you. I'm guessing that's how I'm gonna visit friends and stuff. It's like all the online features basically. Get to go fly to other people's islands. Where's the hamster? Is he in his house? Nope, he's not here. Oh, he was down by the beach. What's up, dude? Yes, I'm wearing the hat that you gave me. Thanks for noticing. Anything else? Oh, so now I can place furniture outside. It was just something I couldn't do at the beginning, I guess. How many branches do I have? Only 2? I need more branches. Oh, look at that. Money. I think that's the first money that I have in the game. More money. Also, that's amazing. When you pick up money off the ground, it automatically goes into your wallet. Thank you, Nintendo. Thank you. Oh my goodness. So much stuff that just should have already been done, but now they're finally doing it. In previous Animal Crossing games, when you picked up money, it would go into your inventory, and then you would have to move it from your inventory to your wallet by yourself, like manually. You have to go into your menu, grab the coin, put it in your wallet. So if they're like, there's certain rocks, and like every day, there'd be a rock that you could hit with your shovel. One of the random, like there's a bunch of rocks in the town, and one of those rocks randomly you could hit with your shovel, and it would start money would start coming out of it, and if you were able to hit it fast enough, you could get a whole bunch of money. And then you go around, and you had to pick up every single one. And if you already had a bunch of stuff in your inventory, you'd have to pick it up. Okay, now I got to go in my inventory and combine it and put it in my wallet. Okay, and it was annoying. And then also, there was a limit to how much money you could have in your wallet, and whatever money you didn't have in your wallet, you would have to carry in your inventory. So I'm really hoping that you can, and then you can go into your wallet and say like 100 bells, and you can pull it into your inventory in case you want to give somebody a specific number of bells. Okay, you just put it away. Yeah, there was a lot of tediousness with the old Animal Crossing games, but it was tolerated by people because of how much, because the games still had the charm, and they were still very chill and very fun to play. There was just a little bit of tedium to some of the stuff that you did, but it was really easy to overlook that just because of how much fun the game was and how relaxing the games were. But now this game is literally spoiling everybody with all these great quality of life changes. It's going to be impossible for me to return to old Animal Crossing games at this point. It's like how Monster Hunter World spoiled me in terms of going back and playing other Monster Hunter games, because going from Monster Hunter Worlds back to like one of the Monster Hunter games on the 3DS, I was just like, I can't play this game anymore. They did too much right in the new game for me to ever be able to go back to the old ones. I've already got 99. I already picked up 99 weeds. Alright, let's see what I can do. Do I have enough sticks for a campfire? I think I do. I think I only needed 3, or did I need 5? Yay, campfire. And I can make a leaf umbrella. Oh wait, I don't want to keep crafting. I found a... What should I do? Oh, is really fishing and catching bugs all you can do in the beginning? Show you my red snapper. Why is it in a little bag? That's weird. You used to be able to just, when you would hand fish to another person in the game, it would like actually show the fish, but... Oh, this is... Okay, cool. So it's a good thing I showed him this because it'll probably bring in the museum. Yes, I want the museum. A new app. Oh, okay. Oh, did I just give him my red snapper? Oh, that's fine. Ooh, Critterpedia. That's great. That's a great name for it. The Critterpedia. So this is where you can keep track of all the bugs and fish that you've caught. And that's how many different types of fish there are. And bugs. It's a lot to catch. And some of them are seasonal, too. So, like, certain bugs and fish will only appear at certain seasons of the year. And I will tell you that I have never once in any Animal Crossing game I've ever played filled it out completely and gotten every single bug and every single fish. That's just not something that I've tried to do. I mean, I've liked fishing and stuff, but I've never been super crazy about completing it to that level, which is, like, you don't really need to. But when you do, you can get... It gives you access to, like, the golden fishing rod and the golden net, which make it easier to catch fish and bugs in general. I don't know if I'll ever... I'm not going to try to do it in this game. I might, at some point, try to make that a goal, but it's not something that I need to do. I feel like I need to do. Is there something I can... Oh, there's new. So... Will award miles for the number of DIY recipes you've collected. If your tools break, just make more. You'll earn Nook miles based on the number of tools you craft. Craft your own furniture. But I've already done that. How have I not earned the miles for that? A bunch of fish in a row without a single one getting away. Interesting. Something just fell down. I heard something fall. So... Shopping. Oh. Well, I get bonus miles every day for this thing, so I better go to it every day. Shopping, ABD, and sign off. So shopping is like a catalog of stuff that you own. So as you collect more furniture and clothing and tools and stuff throughout the game, you can go and buy them. Well, it looks like there's a bunch of stuff that just you start off with too. But as you collect more stuff in the game, it builds up this catalog and you can go shop there. Or either that, or it has a random, or it's different. And thinking of it's not the catalog. If this isn't the catalog, then it could just be like an online store type thing. Hey, look at I can afford to buy the doctor's mask. Could keep myself safe from coronavirus while I'm on this island. I should actually I should buy that. So since I ordered that, that means that it'll be in it'll be in my mailbox the next day. So yeah, you get next day shipping or same day shipping in this game. ABD is just like your bank. You can deposit bells into the bank to hold them so you don't have to hold them forever. And what's this? That box. A recycle box for all the residents to use. Oh, this is the so this is the trash. There's always been a trash thing in the game, or a recycle bin, I guess. And there would always be random items that would appear in it that you could try to take if you wanted, or you can throw stuff away into it, I think. Okay, I can't... So you can't deposit stuff into it, but you can take stuff from it. Oh, so this is the store as of right now. Stuff that I can... Oh, I can buy... Oh, sweet. So I can go ahead and buy a slingshot and a watering can. So, because an actual store is not set up yet in the game, I guess this is... I can just sort of check the stock like this. A camp stove and a hammock. I need more money. So I can buy a slingshot. Can I sell? Or also buy... Oh yeah, we buy things. Cool. Pay me for weeds and trash. That's amazing. It incentivizes you to pick weeds. Previously, you would just you just pick weeds because you don't want your town to look ugly, but now they'll give you money for it. And I will also sell apples. $3,560 sold. So I'm guessing weeds don't sell for much, but they still sell for something. So eat food like fruit, you'll find yourself energized with more power than you might have imagined. Oh no, I think that's also new. So when you eat fruit, it like gives you energy. And when you do that, you can actually use a shovel to like take a whole tree out of the ground and then plant it back somewhere else, which was not something that could be done previously. It could be done in Smash Brothers, but not in an actual Animal Crossing game. Okay, no, I don't want to craft. Now I can buy. So this is stuff that won't be mailed to me. This is stuff that I can just have access to immediately, I think. So I want the slingshot. Would have been useful to have that slingshot earlier. I guess I could do a watering can. I might as well get the watering can and buy some flowers. Oh! DIY for beginners. I'll take that. And then... Oh, he's gonna send it to me. And then I just bought a slingshot. I should have looked. Oh, I can buy an apple. I don't want to buy an apple. For 400 bells? Are you kidding me? Timmy, come on, you're killing me. He only pays me 100 bells for an apple, And then he's trying to sell me an apple for 400. I can go pick apples from our trees. So I could have saved 600 bells and not bought a slingshot, but just bought the slingshot DIY recipe. So I didn't realize that I had that as an option. Oh well. And then I'm gonna buy some flowers. Oh, yay! He doesn't just have one, I can buy like a bunch of them. Okay. Let's go with that. The yellow flowers. I'll buy... Oh, I can't buy 5 of them. Dang it. I don't have enough money yet. Alright, I'm gonna go get some more stuff to sell first, and then come back and buy some flowers and start planting flowers. Like a man. Is there another? Okay. Greedy weather. Beautification efforts. Greedy weeder. Okay, so I get miles for weeding. For pulling weeds. What was that one? The amount of fruit you've sold. Oh, cool. This is really cool. This system right here will really help new people get into Animal Crossing. People who've never played Animal Crossing, because these are a lot of the stuff that I just normally do in Animal Crossing. And I just know to do all of this just because of how much I've played Animal Crossing. Like, that's just the stuff that you end up doing every day because of how much I've played. I know all the sort of the ins and outs of the basics of Animal Crossing. There's probably a lot of new stuff I don't know about this game, but at least with this system, people who have never played the game can see, like, here's some of the stuff that you would do in the game. Because a lot of things that a lot of people who are like picking up Animal Crossing for the first time, they're like, what do I do? What's the point of this game? And it's always really hard to explain to people the point of the game, because when you just explain it to them, it can sometimes sound like, oh yeah, it's a game where you just do a bunch of chores. And it's fun. Because you're just doing chores. You know, menial tasks every day. You just go around. But it's like, when you say it like that, it's like, oh, that doesn't sound very fun. But yeah, it's like, it's just it's the atmosphere of the game, really, is what, like, it's a game that makes things that would be seen as, like, repetitive tasks and chores, it makes it fun. Because, like, right now, I'm just going to go around and pick some apples. And, like, this would be so boring if it didn't look this beautiful, if there wasn't, like, this satisfying sound for picking things up, and just, like, just a lot of the design of this game, and the music and all that, it's just, like, this is just fun, like, it's just relaxing. It's therapeutic. That's the word that I'm looking at. This game is very therapeutic, very just feel good. And this game isn't for everyone. That's another thing. Is there are a lot of people that will pick up this game or have tried to play Animal Crossing games, and they're just like, I couldn't get into it, and it's valid. That's totally valid. Like, I have a friend that he's like, I just don't enjoy it. I can't get into it. But he loves a lot of stuff about Animal Crossing, but he himself cannot play Animal Crossing. Grab all those weeds. I should catch that butterfly too. Oops. Okay. There's gotta be an easier way to switch tools. Oops. I don't want to water weeds. Okay. I know that, No. Got him. Oh yeah, I can eat an apple. So I don't think I'll be able to do anything by eating an apple right now. But I'll do it anyway. So how do I know that I'm energized? So, if I had a shovel or like an axe, I think I could, if I had a shovel, I could pick up a tree now, probably. Oh, 1 out of 10. What does that mean? Oh, I had to eat 10. I see. She's fishing. Is she fishing, or is she just... Oh. She's not actually fishing. She just got her fishing rod out. You trying to catch something there? I don't see any fish in the water. Silly. Oh well. It'd be cool if they could actually catch fish. I guess it's still a step up from previous games. In previous Animal Crossing games, you'd see villagers walking around with a fishing pole, a loach. You'd see villagers walking around with a fishing pole or a net, but they'd never actually try to, like, catch fish. Like, you wouldn't really ever see them doing this, I don't think. I think that the villagers can do a whole lot more now. Oh, seashell. Should pick that up. Anyway, back to weeding. Will make this town look so much better. Well, I wish I could get the vaulting pole, but I didn't see it yet. Oh, wait a minute. I just remembered. Whoops, that's not the right one. Oh, I guess all of that came from the DIY. I was hoping there'd be more tools. So I can make a hay bed. I can make a frying pan. Stone stool, old-fashioned wash tub, wooden blocks. Where do I get softwood from? Or clay? I want to make that ocarina. Where do I find that stuff? Oops. Did I earn Nook Miles or something? Oh, so many more things. Fill in the Creditpedia with fish and earn miles along the way. There are a lot of different tasks for Nook Miles, though. Like, I don't want to take my time sitting through and reading all of these. Got some free miles for that. Yeah, shovel. I wish I could make a shovel. So I was hoping that that DIY recipe would, oh, there's this one. But that's just for a slingshot. Which I already have a slingshot. Hope you're enjoying watching me pick a bunch of weeds. This is where it's at. That's what this game is all about. This music, though, I could literally... I could just fall asleep listening to this. Oh, another cool thing about the music, though, is there's a different... In every Animal Crossing game, there's always been different music for every hour. So right now, it's 12:30. At 1 o'clock, it should change to a different track. So they literally have different, like a different song that plays in the background every hour of the game. I really wish I could create a vaulting pole. By the way, there usually aren't this many weeds in an Animal Crossing game. They definitely ramped up the amount of weeds because you can now use the weeds for a lot of stuff. Another good thing that I think got removed from this game, or it's something that people were analyzing from trailers. In previous Animal Crossings, whenever you would run on grass, it would eventually there was an effect where like the more you ran on grass, the more it would sort of deteriorate the ground and make it brown like a dirt. So you could sort of pave dirt paths by continuously running back and forth across the dirt all the time. But the bad thing about this is that it made a lot of people not want to run to get from place to place, because as you would run throughout the game, it would start to deteriorate the ground and make the whole world look like... It would just make the ground look really ugly. And I believe that is not a thing in this game anymore. That they made it so that the ground will always stay nice and healthy green. Or not, it won't always be green. The ground will change depending on the time of year, or the season. So like in the winter it'll be snow and all that. And like in the fall there'll be leaves on the ground, I think. Uh-oh, I can't see it. But I can still hear it. Ooh, a bluegill. The fish look really... Everything looks really pretty in this game. Like, this is the first HD Animal Crossing. That's crazy to think about for me, because we've been in HD. We've had HD consoles for a while, and this is Nintendo's second generation of HD console. So there was no Animal Crossing game on the Wii U, no real Animal Crossing game on the Wii U. There was a Animal Crossing Amiibo Festival, which was like a board game, but that's not real. It's not a real Animal Crossing game. That's actually the worst Animal Crossing title ever. Everyone hated it. It's tiny. A bitterling. How's my inventory space looking? I am full. Well, I guess I better go sell these weeds. Or use them to make some furniture. How many weeds do I have? I have a clump of 30, so I can still pick up 69 more. 34. Well, on the plus side, I think it's sort of a good thing that there's not a whole lot for me to do today in this game, because at 2 o'clock I'm going to go play D&D with Autumn and Brianna and Lewis, and I was planning to bring this game so that I could play during some downtime. Um, even though that could be kind of rude or considered kind of rude. In some, I don't know, it could be. I don't. I'll be less tempted to play during that. Yeah, it'd be too distracting probably. I'll be less tempted to play. I think I have to drop something. Drop the apples, I guess. Ooh, money. That works out for me. So, this must also be something I unlock later, but I think there's there's a toolbox. You can have a different space where you store your tools, so it doesn't take up the tools don't take up inventory space, which is really good. At least I think I've seen that. I don't know. Like I said, I tried not to look up too much about this game before it came out because I don't want the whole game spoiled for me. Oh wait, before let's see if I can make anything first. I can make a hay bale. Oh. Actually, I have to sell something. I don't have anything. I don't have any room. Because I don't need all these weeds. You can sell the seashell. I feel a sneeze coming on. Hay bed. What else can I make? I can make a stone stool. I'll make another hay bed. Sell the rest of my weeds and my apples. I don't want to sell the bugs and fish because I want to be able to put them in the museum. No, not sell. I want to buy something from you. Buy some flowers. Let's go plant those flowers. There's something I can do that I haven't done yet. Did I get more Nook Miles? I did. Oh. Okay, so it's not like... Okay, so these aren't one for every day. This is like... Now if I collect... If I pick 1,000 weeds, I'll get the next level. Okay. I was thinking of it being like a daily system or something, but it's not. I'm already close to getting enough miles to upgrade my my home. Oh, cool. Oh, that's great. I think I think that you could do that in previous Animal Crossing games, but it tells you what seasons they show up and around what times that they're active. Neat. Oh yeah, I had a pretty late breakfast, so I'm not that hungry yet. But yeah, thanks for watching. Thanks for watching me start Animal Crossing. I'll definitely be showing more of it. I'll be showing more of it over time. But not like I'm not going to be streaming this only. I'm going to stream some other things too. But every now and then I'll be streaming more Animal Crossing. I'm probably going to stop the stream now too. So, thanks for watching.